There is a killer in town that kills games. It had a lot of victims, and as time progresses, the number of victims are simply increasing. At first it was Mass Effect series, then it was No Man's Sky, then it was Battlefield, then it was Cyberpunk, and now it's even gotten to the beloved series like the Kerbal Space Program. And this killer has the name, and the name is Hype. Hype is killing so many games and so many game series that it's not even fun anymore. But who is to blame here? Whose fault is the hype? Is this the fault of the developers and publishers who are hyping up the game beyond the measure and that they are simply not able to deliver what they're hyping up? Or it is the gamers' fault who are expecting something that simply isn't there? And will there be any other games that hype will kill? And yes, in this video, I just want to discuss that without any additional BS and just give you my thoughts, and I'm really interested in your thoughts as well. So let's discuss that. So what is happening with the hype and how hype actually kills the games? You see, it all starts with an established or beloved franchise or with the developers with a clean reputation. For Mass Effect Andromeda, it was BioWare with impeccable Mass Effect trilogy, or rather a bit stained Mass Effect 3, but more or less great trilogy. For No Man's Sky, it was a team of passionate creators who just managed to show something that simply wasn't there yet. The thing that they were expecting to build, but simply were not able to do that. For Cyberpunk, it was again CD Projekt Red with impeccable reputation of the Witcher series. And for Kerbal Space Program, it was again the great reputation of the first game. So do you want to say that it's a developer's issue? Well, yes, but not entirely. Gamers are also here to blame as well, because one of very great saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And we have been fooled more than twice now. You have to understand one thing from developers and publishers. This is not fun for them. It's fun for us, for gamers, but for developers and publishers, it's not fun. It's a cold math, and cold math will be calculated with hard cold cash that they will make from the game. It's a business from them. They need to generate money, and hype is what is driving the sales, at least the initial. More hype there is, more excited people are, and more people these people are getting. It's basically word to mouth marketing where gamers are marketing the things themselves, and with an advent of YouTube and TikTok and user-generated content, this has gone into a beyond levels. And publishers, developers are using this hype because they need to make money that they spend. Because game development is an upfront cost. They need to spend money in order to create something, and they need to release it in order for it to generate money and recoup their money back. What happened recently, more or less recently, rather than in a past decade or so, the developers and publishers are started using their reputation as a leverage to make sales. So what they do, instead of finishing the product and instead of delivering the final product which does not require any polishing, they just release game at an acceptable state, at least acceptable for them. You see, game development kind of works like an 80-20 rule, because the 20% of efforts give you 80% of the results. And yeah, in this case, the last polishing of the game usually takes the most time, or rather most effort, and that's where usually the crunch is happening. So they just decided to cut the middleman and just release the game before it's polished and make the sales first and then finish the game. And after that, when the game is finished, they will drive sales from, well, big sales, like from spring sale, summer sale, or Christmas sale. I don't want you to get me wrong about this one, but this is a smart tactics which utilizes the gullible nature of gamers. And yeah, I'm one of the gamers as well, so I'm not calling anyone else this. I'm gullible as well because I bought those games that I was talking about myself as well. And yes, when the first few times this thing happens, yeah, it was the blame of publishers and developers. But when you see that the absolute majority of the new releases are unfinished, yet you still go and pre-order or buy games on launch, well, whose fault is that now? It's absolutely our fault. It's the fault of gamers. It's not about trusting the certain publishers, developers anymore. We are playing different games, and every single one of us have different tastes. And every single one of us have, well, multiple different tastes as well. At one second, I might be into Fortnite, and another I want to play Kerbal Space Program. And the next I want to play Stellaris. And every single one of the gamers have this different taste, and I really doubt, if unless you are a very casual gamer, that you play only 1 or 2 games. Most likely you're playing more than 1 or more than 2 games. So you are familiar with these horror stories of unfinished games. Yet we're still buying games on launch because we are hyped. We see those amazing videos, we see those amazing things, we see those amazing cinematics and gameplay showcases and all those people talking about how great and amazing this thing is. Yet when we get it, it's nothing close to that. You cannot even believe how hyped I was for Kerbal Space Program 2 when I saw the first trailer. I knew that the graphics for the cinematics would not be close to the final product. Yes, I knew that because I have seen a lot of video games and video game trailers like that. But I'm pretty sure many believed that the final graphics would be something close to that. I knew that it would be an extremely difficult thing to do, like adding a colony building or even multiplayer to games like that one. Yet a lot of people believed that this was easy thing to do. And do you know what I also believed? I also believed that this game would not be released until some of those promised features would actually be added, or at least one thing that could have been added is another star system, or maybe even just interstellar parts, and just the ability to get to the other star. Maybe not even without adding a planet, just a star. Get to the star, circle it, and get back. That's what I was at least expecting. But I was not expecting the game to launch even in early access. And yeah, early access is another excuse that people are actually using. And I'm sick of people using early access. Launching the game for the almost full price without adding any features that will make your game better than the predecessor. It's simply not even funny anymore. But there is also another spectrum. The developers not promising anything exceptional, or maybe promising something great, delivering it, and then gamers being mad because they expected something even more. Like Company of Heroes 3. I've seen a huge split of gamer base of why this game is bad and it's even worse than Company of Heroes 2 and things like that. This game is not worse than a Company of Heroes 2. Company of Heroes 3 is a great game and is more than Company of Heroes 2. But people are comparing the new game that came out literally a few days ago to the game that have been playing for decades. That's what I'm comparing with each other. The decades worth of memories and fun they had to the game that just came out. It's not about even game making anymore, it's about how you see games. When developers promise a realistic sounds, for example, well, for some reason people expected more real sounds that was in the previous game, while they have actually no idea how real explosions sound, how real gunshots sound, like how real, well, tanks should move, and how real tank movement should sound, or tank damage should sound. They have no idea about that, and then being mad when they hear the real thing and what they want is a fake thing. I don't know. I don't know anymore what to say. The developers are here to blame, but we gamers are to blame there as well. And mark my words, when the most hyped game of all time, Starfield, will release, which will also have the splitting of the fan base, no matter how great it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it won't be great as well, because yeah, the game has been overhyped and overpromised already beyond the measure. People are expecting the same thing that we're expecting from the No Man's Sky. Exactly the same thing. Sorry, I realized that I moved a little bit into a rant, but yeah, there is no pleasing everyone. Just know and accept that. It's simple fact. It's nothing to be mad about. There will be some issues that you will be encountering in any game. That's just a fact. And what you needed to do to alleviate that is to put your money where your mouth is. And what do I mean by that is, don't pre-order and don't buy games on launch. Just watch the reviews. Maybe my reviews, maybe someone else's reviews, it doesn't really matter. watch multiple different reviews, go and read Steam reviews, create your own opinion, and then decide whether it is worth it to pay $60 for right now or $30 in a year when majority of the issues will be fixed or probably be fixed. Decide for yourself there. Overall and all in all, my message is the same. Stop pre-ordering and stop buying games on launch. At least until you will be sure that you might like the game or not. Wait for the reviews, wait for the people's reactions, and for the best case scenario, wait few weeks for the hyper's hype to go down. And then after that, go and read and watch reviews for the people who actually spend time with the game and understand what this is and understand what this isn't. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do on this channel. Well, I hope you like the videos like this one, and I'm interested in your opinions. What do you think? Is the hype an issue? Is buying games before the games come out or before the games are even in a playable state is an issue? And who is here to blame? Are developers solely to blame there, who are lying to us over and over again? Or gamers are there to blame, who are spending money on unfinished crap over and over again and never learning from the mistakes? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.